We're on to the second part of Rooftops now by Jesus Culture. We're going to look at the strumming pattern to start with before we go into the chords. Now, you'll notice on the video, if you go to the YouTube channel, there's probably 3 guitarists playing there. 2 electric guitarists. I think there's an acoustic guitar in the background possibly, and there's also keyboards and bass and drums. Now, the one guitar part simply just does this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's not very stimulating. So if you're playing by yourself, that's going to sound rather empty. But if you did it with a band while the other guitarists are playing along with you, then it actually really sounds cool. So we're going to assume now that you're playing along by yourself, and we're going to use this rhythm. And that works really well. Now let's first learn that rhythm before we go on to the chords. On your PDF file you will see there is a strumming pattern, and it's the pattern I just played. And also the arrows are color coded. There's a reason for that. We'll break it down now. It starts with a black down arrow, followed through by blue arrows, and then the red arrows are the same as the blue arrows. And we finish off with 2 little black X's going, and you can hear that was muted, just to show you again. Now, the reason for the color coding is sometimes you look down and you see a whole lot of arrows going up and down and up and down and down and up. And it gets quite intimidating to try and find a rhythm within that. So by color coding the blue and red, you can see the repetition itself within the strumming pattern. So slow motion, you start with it, black, there's the blue, and the red, and your double X at the end. Okay, let's take that again. Try it with me slowly. 2, 3, 4, and even though the hand is moving, you'll notice that my pick doesn't always strike the strings. So just to get a different angle so you can see the movement, try this again one last time. 2, 3, 4, Okay, we got that. Now to move on to the chord. Now we're going to break the chord section into electric and an acoustic. But first of all, the electric one, everything's bar chords. So if you don't like bar chords, maybe jump to video 3. No, don't do that. Okay, learn the bar chords. They're important. They're very useful. And the good news is, if you've got bar chords, you can play any song, any key. And lastly, no more difficult chords after this, promise. Okay. C sharp minor. You're going to have finger 1 across all 6 strings in fret 4. Middle finger is on string number 2. Ring finger goes to fret number 4. And the pinky underneath it, you strum from the 5th string down. And you have your C sharp minor. The following chord is going to be B. Now, this is the conventional, traditional way of playing B. Finger 1 is in fret number 2, fingers 2, 3, and 4 in the 4th fret. I find this is a bit of a sneaky one because my fingers don't squeeze in very well, but lots of guitarists do really like this. So this is just options that you can choose for yourself. I like putting my pinky flat across it. So you can see my pinky now is going flat across all 3 strings, but it bends up. So this is not everyone's favorite. If it works, fantastic. If it doesn't, that's also quite acceptable. From there, normal A. Now, this is not really normal A, but it sort of is. We normally do A like this, correct? So we've simply replaced fingers 1, 2, and 3 with 2, 3, and 4. And the reason for that is I'm coming from the B chord. So 2, 3, and 4 are already in that shape. They're in that formation. So when I slide down, it's a nice, easy transition to get to the A. First finger lifts because the nut is taking its place. And if you look at the verse, after that A, it goes back to B. Okay. When I jam it now, I'm going to play my B like this. But I'm quite happy if you play along and use your more traditional way of doing it. Okay, each of the chords are going to go through twice. I'm going to now pick up with the song just to show you how nicely the rhythm pattern does work with the song. So the YouTube channel, you're going to hear the guy finishing off the lead part. And I'm going to join him with C sharp minor. Okay, make sure both left and right hands are in the view, and let's go. And that's pretty much your song. Now, the reason why I stopped there is because if you've got this rhythm pattern, if you've got this, you've actually got the entire song. All you need to do is follow the chords above the words, and you should get through the song without any challenges, without any problems. So what we're getting from this song is a cool lead part that we did in the first video. We're looking at nice bar chords the whole way through. Oh, there's an F sharp minor, just quickly, just for those that aren't familiar with it. It's the beginning of your pre-chorus. Finger 1, fret number 2, fingers 3 and 4 on strings 5 and 4 respectively, and the middle finger just hangs out there. It can support the first finger if you wanted to, it's not a must. F sharp minor, and then we used normal E over here. I could also, if I wanted to, have done E over here, just for, by the way, for those that are good at bar chords and want to expand. This E, just for information, finger 1, fret 4, middle finger, fret 5, string 2, finger 3, fret 6, string 4, pinky goes to fret number 7, string 5. So this is quite a wide stretch. It's basically your C-shaped bar chord. Because if you think of C, there's C, swapping the fingers, and the first finger does the bar. Okay, this is a bit of extra information for you. And yeah, we're going to do one more video after this with an acoustic that shows some very cool transitions which sound really cool on electric as well. So we're going to have something that sounds like this. But we'll get to there in the next video. Okay, thank you very much.